Welcome to Saintly Whispers Daily Prayer. Today, Wednesday, June 24th, 2026, we gather for a moment of quiet reflection. You can always find more prayers and guided meditations at saintlywhispers.com. Our Gospel, from Luke 1:57 to 66:80, brings us to the miraculous birth of John the Baptist, inviting us to ponder God's hand in unexpected moments and the power of a name. Today, we'll use Ignatian Contemplation, imaginatively entering this sacred scene and engaging our senses to discover personal meaning. Now, find a comfortable space, take a gentle breath, and let us begin.
Welcome to this time of prayer, inspired by the Ignatian tradition. Find a quiet space where you can be undisturbed. Allow yourself to settle into stillness. Take a few deep breaths, slowly in through your nose and gently out through your mouth. Feel your body relax, your shoulders drop, and your mind begin to quiet. Acknowledge God's loving presence with you here and now. He is with you in this moment, ready to meet you. As we begin, what grace do you desire from this time of prayer with the story of John the Baptist's birth? How can you open your heart to receive God's message for you through Elizabeth and Zechariah's experience? Now let us enter into the gospel scene. Imagine yourself in the hill country of Judea, a land of sun-baked earth, olive trees, and ancient stone. You are approaching the humble home of Elizabeth and Zechariah. Perhaps you hear the distant bleating of sheep, the rustle of wind through dry grasses, or the excited chatter of villagers. As you draw closer, you notice the sounds of celebration, laughter, perhaps a baby's cry, and the murmur of many voices. What do you see? The simple, sturdy walls of the house, perhaps a courtyard filled with people. The air might carry the scent of baking bread, or the earthy smell of the countryside. Feel the warmth of the sun, or the cool shade of a doorway. Where do you place yourself in this scene? Are you a neighbor, arriving with gifts and well wishes? A kinsman eager to share in the family's joy? Or a quiet observer, standing at the edge of the crowd, taking it all in? Let us now listen to the Gospel of Luke, chapter 1, verses 57 through 66, and verse 80. As you hear these words, let the scene you've imagined come to life. Now the time came for Elizabeth to be delivered, and she gave birth to a son. And her neighbors and kinsfolk heard that the Lord had shown great mercy to her, and they rejoiced with her. And on the 8th day they came to circumcise the child, and they would have named him Zechariah after his father. But his mother said, "Not so, he shall be called John." And they said to her, "None of your kindred is called by this name." And they made signs to his father, inquiring what he would have him called. And he asked for a writing tablet, and wrote, "His name is John." And they all marveled. And immediately his mouth was opened, and his tongue loosed, and he spoke, blessing God. And fear came on all their neighbors. And all these things were talked about through all the hill country of Judea. And all who heard them laid them up in their hearts, saying, "What then will this child be?" For the hand of the Lord was with him. And the child grew and became strong in spirit, and he was in the wilderness till the day of his manifestation to Israel. Observe the events unfolding before you. See Elizabeth's quiet joy as she insists on the name John. Notice the surprise, perhaps even confusion, on the faces of the relatives. Then watch Zechariah. He has been silent for months, but now, with a simple act of writing, his voice is restored. What emotions do you see in him as he speaks, blessing God? What do you feel as you witness this miracle? The people marvel, they are filled with a holy fear, and they ponder in their hearts, what then will this child be? How do you react to these divine interventions? What interior movements do you notice within yourself? Now, in this sacred space, enter into a personal conversation. You might speak with Jesus, who knows all things, or perhaps you approach Elizabeth, or Zechariah, or even the infant John, held gently in his mother's arms. Speak to them about what you have witnessed and felt. Share your thoughts, your questions, any insights that have arisen in your heart. What do you want to ask Elizabeth or Zechariah about their unwavering faith in God's plan, despite the challenges? And what might Jesus be saying to you through this story about the importance of God's chosen name and purpose for each person? Listen for their responses, whether in words, feelings, or a deeper understanding that settles within you. Let us now reflect on how this story of John's birth and naming and your conversation relates to your own life. Where in your life have you experienced God's great mercy in unexpected ways, similar to Elizabeth? Perhaps in a situation that seemed impossible, or through a blessing you didn't anticipate. How might God be calling you to embrace a name or purpose that might seem unconventional to others, but is clearly from Him? How does the hand of the Lord, being with John, resonate with your own sense of God's presence and purpose in your life? Conclude your prayer by expressing gratitude to God for this time of contemplation and for the graces received. What is the main insight or feeling you wish to carry with you from this contemplation of John's birth? How might this experience influence your trust in God's plan, even when it seems to defy expectations? May the grace of this prayer strengthen you to live out God's purpose in your daily life. Amen.
Thank you for joining me in prayer today. For more ways to deepen your prayer life, visit saintly.whispers.com. Please subscribe so you never miss an episode. May God bless you and keep you in His peace.